Hi, how are you? Welcome to Gold Nugget, JAW_success. This is your first time to the channel. Let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, let me thank you for joining me on this growth path. I want to ask a question. What does a reflective process look like in comparison to having a big dream? Many of us, how we operate is that when we're struggling, when we're going through difficult times, when we are suffering lack, when we don't have the necessity, or when we don't have the direct path to what we want to accomplish and do, we think about a lot of stuff. And in the process of thinking about many things, we oftentimes end up doing nothing. Or we end up falling into that state where we blame others for our lack of success, or we blame the environment, we blame others, we blame our birth, we blame the family we were born into, we decide that we're not good enough, we in other words, we capitulate. We kill our own selves. We doubt our abilities. And in the process of doing that, we come up with many ideas. And oftentimes, instead of just looking at one of those ideas, identifying the one that we have the most strength in, the one that we can sustain a particular level of energy, a particular level of drive on, instead of identifying that this I can commit to and just give ourselves to it, we just end up choosing the one that will give us a quick fix, the one that will pay the next bill, the one that will give us, as it were, some food and clothes, will give us a short term enjoyment, but not a long term success. And then what keeps happening is that we keep trying that and we find ourselves in a rut. That is what a reflective process is. A big dream is not a reflective process. That's what I've come to understand. A big dream is identifying myself in the future and to say the distance between where I am now and where I want to be in the future will require some effort. It will require strategic planning. It will require me giving time. It will require me giving up people. It will require me getting to know some people. As the saying goes, it would mean me connecting with the right places and the right people. So when you talk about a big dream, you have got to ask yourself, what is the definite thing that I have identified about myself, about where I want to be? Let me just put this in. A big dream doesn't depend on other people. It depends on us. Now, there is something that came to mind the other day, and it is simply this. If you are determined enough to go after your big dreams, things will fall into place. And you may say, no, it doesn't happen like that. But every single individual who is determined to achieve something, determined to accomplish something, determined to go certain places, they align themselves with sometimes failures, because you keep practicing, and the more you practice is the more you get better, and the more you get better is the more you realize that you weren't doing it the correct way in the first place, and so you abandon some things. It also means that you will put up with disappointments, because some people will promise you some things and it will never happen, but you keep pushing. Why? Because big dreams, may I tell you this, big dreams is something that is on the inside. It's not really something out there in the atmosphere. It is something on the inside that you are convicted about. And you know that come hell or high waters, come snow, storm, drought, come whatever the element is, you have this in mind that you're going to accomplish it. And you're pushing ahead to accomplish it. That's what big dreams are. Big dreams is not oftentimes fancy. They oftentimes start out with a simple idea. For example, they start out saying, can you cook well? And you may say, but nobody will buy my food. Simply put, just start cooking. They might come with you like me. Do I speak well? Do I sing well? Do I know people? That I don't know anybody, but it start out with me talking to probably you on this YouTube, and the next thing you know, somebody's inviting me to talk to a group of people. Somebody's inviting me to come and talk at their church. Somebody's inviting me to come talk at their graduation. Whatever it is, it simply means that you keep doing the little things, because big dreams is built on the back of little things being done well. Little things given my time, little things given my effort, little things being given my total involvement. Sometimes the reason we don't accomplish the big dream is because we get it mixed up with those reflective thoughts. And the reflective thought says, if you had done this well, then you would have succeeded. No, it's not because you haven't done it well. You just need to improve on what you did before. Because that's how big dreams work. It's built upon the back of the simple things, the little things every day, putting the effort into it, even when nobody's listening, nobody's watching. Nobody's telling you that it's going to work. When you have no champion in your corner, you keep doing it day in and day out, looking for ways to improve what you already have. That's how it is. Many of us are not looking for ways to improve what we already have. We are just plowing along, doing the same thing over and over. That is insanity. Insanity says you do things the same way, in the same mindset, in the same place with the same people, and expecting different results. It won't happen. It won't happen. Big dreams happen when we come out of that mold, or should I say, come out of that cycle and get into that place where we go, this is not working. So this is what I'm going to do. And I am going to be doing it consistently. Consistency is key to accomplishing big dreams. It's not thinking about things in a arum scarum or willy-nilly way. It is thinking about it in a direct, collective, I can't even find a word right now, way of saying, this is how I'm going to do it. Now, oftentimes, you can ask people like myself, what have you accomplished in the last year? I may do another video for that. But in the past year, I have done so many different things that sometimes I look back and I go, did I do that? Well, that's a Steve Urkel statement still. But yeah, I did. And how did I do it? By recognizing that if I want to get from point A to point B, it's never going to be by walking all the way around. It's by chopping down the forest or getting rid of the weeds that are before me to get me to that place. There's a saying that I learned when I was going to school, and it says, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Sometimes that straight line will cause some of us to bend. Not the line itself bend. We bend. We bend backwards, we bend over, we draw through the mud, we go through pain, we suffer, we go through difficult time. But if you have a big dream in mind, that is what's going to happen. Obstacles are going to come. Trials are going to come. Tests are going to come. But if you keep pushing forward, you keep moving forward, you keep not evading, but avoiding. You know, I was listening to a preacher the other day, and she says, sometimes in life, it is not giving up, it's ducking. And sometimes we have got to go into the trenches just to make sure that the enemy doesn't have our head. We've got to burrow through the ground, as it were. We've got to dig tunnels. We've got to climb mountains, swim with sharks, as it were, to get to where we want. Because big dreams happen in difficulty. That's the key point I want to make with this nugget. That big dreams happen in difficulty. It happens through effort. And effort don't manifest itself unless there is obstacle. Every big dream come with obstacle. Every single one of them. Sometimes it comes from the very start. Sometimes it comes during the process, and sometimes it comes just as we're about to accomplish that big dream. But every dream comes with difficulty. And if you allow the difficulty to stop you from the start, you will not survive to achieve that big dream. And 50 years from now, well, providing that we all live that long, you will still be saying, what about me? What is me? Why? That's how life works. So if you're going to accomplish anything, find something definite, stick to it. Get rid of the other rush of thought, every other piece of information, everything that comes. If it doesn't come to add to what you already have, get rid of it, because it's not going to help you to reach that big dream that you have. So, what is a big dream? A big dream is the little thought that I have about becoming a great speaker. And it's writing, it's effort, it's trying to learn new words, it's trying to understand different kind of setting. It's all of that and more. What's the big dream? The big dream is that one of these days I am going to talk to a stadium of people. How do I know that? Because little by little, it's coming together. That's how you work with a big dream. Not just thinking about everything and running after everything. It's focus. This is JAW saying, by all means necessary, create a way out. God bless you. Bye.